You know this thing you're doing, it isn't love. You know she isn't safe. You know the cycle. You've lived it before. The pain, the apology, and then the pull. And still, you can't seem to let go. You ask, what's wrong with me? Please believe me, that isn't weakness. It isn't foolishness. And it isn't because something is wrong with you. It's a very powerful trauma bond, and breaking it isn't just emotional. It's literally neurological, biological, psychological. But, and here's the good news, it can be broken. And the freedom on the other side is real. A trauma bond has nothing to do with logic. It's about the nervous system wiring, commonly thought of as deep patterning in the brain. It forms when love and pain are fused together in a permanent pattern in the subconscious brain, usually during early and mid-childhood. Now, if you grew up with inconsistency, criticism, emotional hot and cold, your nervous system learned a dangerous equation. Love equals tension. Closeness equals pain. Love and relief must be earned. Giving in, giving up, or self-denial are the path to being worthy. It's important to understand and remember the pattern is in your subconscious brain. These equations are not something you even consciously believe or ever even think about. Later, when you meet someone who delivers that same emotional cocktail, desire, shame, excitement, fear, reward, and withdrawal, your subconscious nervous system recognizes it as familiar. Your body is drawn positively to the familiar feelings, even when your intuition and mind are screaming danger. So you attach, not because you're broken, but because your body believes, if I can win her love, I'll prove I was worthy all along. This isn't conscious, but it drives your choices until it's understood and named. Most men enter trauma bonds through what feels like connection, but it is actually a nervous system loop. Idealization. She makes you feel chosen, seen, alive, and devaluation. She withdraws, she criticizes, she punishes, and she disappears. Reward. She returns with softness, with sex, an apology, vulnerability, and confusion. You believe you caused the shift, so you try harder. Repeat over and over. Each cycle floods your system with the stress hormone cortisol and the pleasure hormone dopamine. Pain, then relief. And your brain begins craving the relief from the very person causing the pain. You can be strong, intelligent, self-aware, and still be trapped because your body is trying to finish a story that started long before she did. The story that says, if I can just be good enough, I'll finally be safe. You won't. Not in a bond built on instability. Trauma bonds don't just steal time, they erode your self-trust. They create feedback loops. You question your memory. Did that actually happen that way? Minimize your pain. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Defend her behavior. Yeah, she had a bad childhood, and you isolate yourself emotionally. You pull away, then you cave and act like nothing important happened. Your identity shrinks as you spend more and more time and energy managing her moods. Your world contracts, giving up pieces of yourself to avoid conflict. And eventually you wonder, who am I without all this? That question is the final hook, because that bond convinces you that pain is purpose, that chaos is connection, that your strength exists to rescue her. It doesn't. No matter how hurt and angry you might be, please trust me. Breaking a trauma bond is not about punishing her. It's about reclaiming you. There are 3 steps to help you. Step 1, no contact, or gray rock if children are involved. And you've never heard the term gray rock? Well, I hadn't either. Gray rock is staying calm, brief, and emotionally neutral, responding only to what's necessary so you don't feed drama while still meeting practical co-parenting needs. No contact isn't cruelty, it's clarity, and you cannot heal in the same environment that wounded you. Step 2, name the pattern. Write the cycle down. Idealization leads to devaluation. Devaluation leads to reward. Reward leads to crash. Crash brings you back to idealization. Seeing that loop breaks the spell. Step 3, rebuild your frame. Frame is your internal authority, the part of you that says, my peace matters more than her approval. Rebuild it through routine, structure, and grounded male support. Step 4, grieve the fantasy. You were not just attached to her, you were attached to that version of you who hoped he could finally get it right. Grieve him. He's been with you a long time. Honor him. He has always done the best he could, and release him. Letting go makes room for the new best you. Step 5, rewire the body. Now, this isn't just mental. It is absolutely brain and mental, but it's also physical. Use nervous system tools, breath work, somatic release, cold exposure, sauna, grounding practices. Use professional help tailored for childhood trauma. That's either EMDR, which is EMDR. It's quite effective and often quite recognized and paid for by insurance. Havening. That's havening like a safe haven. Most people find it far less stressful than EMDR, more user-friendly, generally more available, and typically far less costly, but not recognized by American insurance companies. You don't need to live addicted to intensity. You can learn to feel safe in calm. On the other side of trauma bond, life gets quiet. Then it gets clear. You stop reacting, stop apologizing, stop bargaining with your sanity. You trust your gut again. You walk away without hatred, but with self-respect. You no longer need to rescue. You no longer need to prove, because you are already home inside yourself. You were never addicted to her. You were wired for survival. Now it's time to rewire for peace. You are not broken. You're not weak. You're not doomed to repeat this. If you are still standing after all of that, you're already halfway free. Still standing, still clear, always enough.